to every single guitars, where the goal of this channel is to review every single guitar ever made. Today I got an acoustic guitar to review. I consider this an unusual acoustic because the brand that I am going to review is probably the most famous guitar brand, arguably, of all time. It's my favorite guitar brand ever, regardless of guitar style, guitar model. But I consider this guitar an unusual guitar because Fender, which is this guitar, is not really known for acoustics, you know? Fender is more about, or basically everything is about electric guitar. You know, the Stratocaster, Telecaster, the Jazzmaster, the Mustang, etc, etc. But today I have I'd say it's vintage. I put anything past before 1990 vintage. I mean, it may differ depending on who you are, but dude, if a guitar is like 25 years old, that's, I guess that's debatable if it's vintage, but this is a 1988 Fender Gemini IV, made in Korea, acoustic guitar. This guitar has a spruce top, I believe, with mahogany back and sides, which I thought was pretty cool because, you know, for a guitar for this price range, you know, less than 300 bucks. I thought that this would be a laminate, but after doing some research, this is actually real wood. When I got this, my intention was just to sell it as is. You know, I was just gonna clean it up a little bit and then just sell it, but I cleaned it up. I put on brand new strings. I oiled the fretboard. These strings are actually electric guitar strings. I ran out of acoustic guitar strings, but sounds really, really good, surprisingly. And I can actually bend, and it sounds pretty good. So like I said, when I first got this guitar, it wasn't in good condition at all. I mean, structurally and like the stability wise, it was good, but it had a lot of like marks and scruffs and stuff that I just had to like rub out, like clean out with cloth and like water and whatnot, and like a little bit of oil. But there was like a bunch of weird glue stuff on the back of the headstock, which was weird. I didn't know what it was, and it was really hard to get off. So I had to take a screwdriver, a flat screwdriver and a knife, and like kind of like chisel it out. And I was scared that I was gonna damage the wood or the finish, but actually it was fine. I couldn't get out the glue stuff completely, but this was the best that I could do. You know, from afar it looks all right, but when you look up close you can kind of see it. But in terms of playability, it doesn't affect the tone or anything. And when I was cleaning up this guitar, like when I went like this, there was like a shuffling noise inside the guitar. So I was like, what is this sound? And I thought it was like a missing pick, like a loose pick or something. After I cleaned up the entire guitar and when it was time for me to restring it, that's when I was like, all right, I gotta take this thing out. So I put a flashlight in and I was like this and trying to see what it was. And it was a fucking cigarette butt. It was like 3 cigarette butts inside the sound hole. That was in my room for a couple days. I do not condone smoking nicotine indoors. And a fucking cigarette butt was in this. But I mean, I guess you can kind of smell the cigarette, but you know, like I said, I took it apart. I mean, I didn't take it apart, but I took out the tuners, put on new tuners, restrung it, and I cleaned it up. So in terms of playing wise, sounds very nice. It's actually kind of funny to say because when I first started playing and buying and collecting, I guess, guitars, I wasn't really a big fan of a matching headstock. I just thought it was kind of like weird. You know, recently, like the past year, I've been really getting into the matching headstocks for Fender only. You know, one of my main guitars in my collection is a 81 walnut Strat with a matching headstock. You know, for Fender, this acoustic, this also had a matching headstock, so I thought that was a pretty cool feature of this guitar. And I've always wondered why Fender never really made quality acoustics. I mean, in terms of this guitar is not bad at all, considering that Fender is not really known for acoustics. But you know, other companies like Gibson, they make very quality electric guitars, but their acoustic guitars are pretty quality as well. I don't know why Fender didn't take the same approach as Gibson for acoustics. Maybe they just wanted to focus on the Strat and the Tele. I don't know. Fender acoustics, I feel like get kind of a little bit of hate in the guitar community. They're like, oh, it's not as good quality as blah, blah, blah. But for guitar, if you're looking for an acoustic guitar under 700 bucks, I think an older Fender acoustic is not bad at all. I mean, unless you're like a, you know, Martin Taylor, you know, fanatic who only buys those brands, then I can kind of understand. But for this guitar itself, this is not a bad acoustic guitar at all. So let me just show you the tone on how this sounds. It's like very bright. I said, I put on electric guitar string, so I can play this like an electric guitar, which is really cool actually. So yeah, it sounds pretty good, not bad at all. Like I said, I was surprised that this is not a laminate, this is actual wood. Even though it's like painted over, but apparently this is a spruce top with mahogany back and sides. Fender Gemini IV, I believe these were made between 1987 to 1990. I believe. You can double check, but this is the 1988 release. Fender Gemini IV, made in Korea. I give this a 7 out of 10. For the price, you know, if you can find this for like 200, 250 bucks in good condition. I mean, I don't expect it to be perfect condition.